our country we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. So much of things that we need to see about.
Yes, so much of things we, the people of the state of Grenada, which includes Carriacou and Petite Martinique, we have a lot to see about. So much of things we, the people, need to see about, take care of, fix, transform. Let us do it. We can do it. We have it in us to get up and transform this place. I want to welcome you to this segment in the Dynamic Hour. I want to encourage those on Facebook and YouTube to please share the live. Sharing is caring. I want to start off by saying last night I told you the NNP pundits, surrogates, goons, zygotes, and sycophants were given clear instruction to attack our beloved Prime Minister, particularly on that financial literacy clinic where it was started in St. David, but they intend to replicate it or spread it in other constituencies or do it in other constituencies. And that first clinic, our beloved Prime Minister spoke about this young lady and how he was able to assist her, guide her, advise her, and she's now safely in a home. The NNP is upset with that, but they don't understand or they're not following the feelings of people through social media or radio or other things like that. People express their feelings. Grenadians want more positivity than negativity. Grenadians want to see other Grenadians thrive, succeed, have a better standard of living and condition. Grenadians home and abroad. Do you know this same video that our beloved Prime Minister posted on his page that the NNP is upset and vexed about and attacking because they don't think the young lady should be given advice or assistance and be able to get a home? They don't think so. They love to see people poor. They love to see people dependent on them, struggling. That is what the NNP loves. Do you know that that video is the most popular video right now on the Most Honorable Deacon Mitchell's Facebook page? Yeah, that's the most popular video, and in fact, the most shared video in recent times on his page. Because what I do, I follow the trend. I follow the feed. I follow social media. On mornings, I would check from our Prime Minister's Facebook page all the way down to the MPs, their Instagram page, and everything else. Because I want to see what they're doing. I want to understand the direction that they're going in. I'll check GIS page, GBN, MTV. I mean, I would go on YouTube, do the same thing. That is what I do. But that particular video, yes, you remember that video I played for you? I wouldn't play the whole thing this morning, but that video, this one.
A young lady came to me and asked for assistance to get some plywood to build a house. And I asked her where she planned to build a house. And she said she thinks she had some land somewhere.
Right. So that video, all right, where he's speaking about the young lady and how he was able to assist her, guide her, and eventually she got a home at the Corinth housing scheme. And she's happily paying for it. And she has a savings for her children now because our beloved Prime Minister decided you don't have to give me back the 10%. Put it into a savings every month, $100, save $100 for your kids, and that will be fine with him. So that particular video got some 231,000 views, all right? And 1,600 people shared that video. So it was shared 1,600 times. And it was viewed 231,000, right? No, it was, so 231,000 people viewed that video, all right? That is the most popular video on our Prime Minister's Facebook page. And I just check it again because I want to make sure, because I'm talking about, I checked that thing out about 5:30 this morning. And the mere fact that I'm still accurate, it says a lot about my mental capacity. So 1,600 people, just a little above that, shared the video, and 231,000 people viewed that video. So the NNP is angry. They're angry because most Grenadians want to hear something positive about Grenada, about the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Grenadians have transitioned from negativity to a place of positive thinking, positive everything. That is what we want, good things to happen for Grenada. And that is why the NNP is not getting traction. So yes, they have their programs. Yes, they're speaking about all kinds of stuff. And they have become so negative that people are not gravitating towards their message. Because Sheldon Scott, the old tomcat, for example, was last night on that main NNP program bumping his gum about the same thing, about the same video and what the Prime Minister did for this young lady. But how many people viewed his program on YouTube, for example? 3,400. How many people viewed his program on Facebook? 1,900 people. So not many people are viewing these programs, even if they have a lot of programs that they are doing. Grenadians want positivity. They want good things to happen for our people. So I don't understand why the NNP will continue their negativity, being negative about everything. You should be happy that this young lady with 2 or 3 children is able to get a loan, get an apartment, and own that apartment. She can pass that on to her children, and she can live there comfortably. You should be happy about that. So why is the NNP upset or vexed about that? This morning, the cheaters on the street on the Play Your Cause program, again, he was attacking this financial literacy clinic that the, well, at least we can say our beloved Prime Minister started in his constituency, and it will roll over into the other constituencies, attacking that, vexed, upset that this thing started, and people are now knowing more about finance and managing money, dealing with financial institutions, how you navigate that. Why should you be upset about that? So you want to come into power, but you're upset about somebody getting a hand up, not just a hand out, but a hand up, a better standard of living, a better living condition. You're upset about that. But I am happy that the Grenadian people are not gravitating towards the NNP's negativity. Because yes, they have a lot of podcasts, programs, talk show programs, radio programs. Not NNP as the party, but surrogates and supporters and so on of NNP. They push that agenda consistently. But people are not gravitating towards their message. Grenadians want to hear good things. So like Karakou, for example, families are getting new homes. They're able to sleep comfortably. That is the good news people want to hear. Look at the smiles on the faces.
What was once your home shattered. There was basically nothing standing. I immediately felt your pain. And I know you were not the only one facing that challenge. But I reassured you days after that you shouldn't worry and that the government will not leave anyone behind. Hip hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip hip! Hooray! Use this opportunity because it's a new beginning to continue to grow and to allow your family to continue to grow and to prosper.
Thank you for the government of Grenada and to the minister especially. When he come to my aid and he said, "No, look, I want to help you out because the house was started bad, you know." And then he come and he went to get where I am today. Well, I must say it means quite a lot to me because of a couple of months I was under water, but now I'm back in my home and I'm feeling comfortable. Work together, we unite together forever. We move light through forever. And I thank you very much.
Yes, that is what Grenadians want to hear. Grenadians are more interested in that than NNP negativity. Because the NNP, they have developed this cancer called hate. And you see, hate is a cancer. Hatred, bitterness, You become so angry, so bitter that it's spoiling you. It's usurping all your energy. It's sickening. But Grenadians want positivity. They want to know that people are, getting help. People are moving forward, developing. Because look, Beryl came and devastated Carriacou and Petit Martinique. And what they have been able to achieve in the last many months, we have to give them thumbs up, kudos, the Honorable Tevin Andrews, his team, the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs, and the people. They're resilient. And I said so before. I said the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique will bounce back faster than the people of Grenada after Hurricane Ivan and Emily. Because the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, they have always lived as a community. Communal living. They've always shared. They've always looked out for one another. And everywhere they go. It could be in Grenada. It could be in New York. It could be in the United States, generally. The United Kingdom, Canada, kayaks, kakabawi for kakabawi. That's how they operate. They look out for one another. And I want to applaud the Honorable Tevin Andrews because he is a young man who believes in his people. He's genuine. He is bona fide. He's authentic. He's not a fake. He loves his people. And every single moment in time, he is fighting for them. He wants good for them. And he needs to be applauded openly. In fact, he deserves an award for that kind of work. This is no joke. He deserves that. The kind of work and dedication we are seeing from this minister needs to go down in the record books. So keep doing what you're doing, because that is what we want to see. That is what we want to hear. Positivity, good things happening. All right? Let the NNP hate. Let them be bitter and sour, because they're angry also with the fact that the airport project continued and now completed. They're angry with that. They vex with that. And I'm asking myself, but how is it a Grenadian or a group of Grenadians could be vexed that a government continued with a project, and because you started it or you secured the financing for it, but it's a damn loan. We have to pay it back. Taxpayers have to pay it back. It's not NNP money. And let me make it even clearer. It's not Keith Mitchell money or Emlyn Pay money. Who the hell you all are? So why would those pundits and surrogates, goons, zygotes, and sycophants be angry with the fact that the government of Grenada continue with a project and saw it through, making sure that it's completed? You're vexed about that. You're angry about that. You're bitter about that. You're unpatriotic. Unpatriotic, but they're doing as though it is NNP money. What's wrong with them do-to-do and them chupidi? What's wrong with you all? That's not NNP money. That's taxpayers' money. Look, Keith Mitchell don't spend money easily. You hear me? That is why this man cannot even point to a pig pen that he built to create some jobs or opportunity for people here. Not even a pig pen in Shenda or Happy Hill. This, I remember years ago, this guy went, playing domino and so on, and people have to buy him drinks. Poor people, taking their money and buying him stuff. Years ago. And I said to myself, it's just lunacy at the highest level. They poor, scrunty, beggy, still using a pit latrine and so on, and don't have running water and all these different things. And they would take the liquor money and buy things and, your Heineken, I think it's like the Heineken or Yellowtail wine or some kind of stupidness like that. But I'm saying all of this to say, this is not NNP damn money. It's taxpayers' money. It's a loan. I think it's about 67 million US. So taxpayers have to pay it back. It's a loan from the Exim Bank of China, I think. Right? So this is not no easy feat. This loan is a significant loan. It's a significant amount of money. So don't come and tell me that you should be, look, you could take credit, take credit for securing it, take credit for getting it. But government will continue with or without you. So the NDC came into power and you wanted them to just abandon this project? That is what you wanted? How could you be patriotic? How could you like or love Grenada and you want good for Grenada? How? I mean, I am still baffled. How? You want to govern this place, but you ain't like the fact that the NDC continued that project and completed that project? Come on, man. These people are not genuine. All they want is power. All they want is power.
The project was financed by the China Export-Import Bank to the tune of $67 million US. Edgar Stevens, Chief Executive Officer of the Grenada Airports Authority, views the upgrades as a transformative initiative that marks a new chapter in the evolution of Grenada's aviation infrastructure.
The Czech project is more than just concrete, steel, and asphalt. It is a symbol of our collective ambition, a vision to elevate Grenada's connectivity, enhance our tourism potential, and provide our citizens and visitors with a world-class airport experience. From expanded runways and upgraded facilities to improve safety and operational efficiency, this project lays the foundation for decades of growth and opportunity.
The project was an undertaking by the China Harbour Engineering Company, which took approximately 4 years to complete. Calvin Lee, representing the China Harbour Engineering Company, said despite the many challenges and complexities faced since the inception of the project, safety and avoiding disruption to airport operations were the top priorities.
Despite of these challenges, our team remained commitment to safety, quality, and efficiency. We successfully completed key components, including the resurfacing of the runway and the shoulders, expansion of the aircraft apron, installing the upgrade navigation lighting system, renovation and expansion of the terminal to add new passenger boarding bridges, construction of a new emergency center and the external bypass road. All of this was achieved under the demanding conditions of not only construction.
Chinese Ambassador Wei Hongtian said today is another happy moment for him.
December 2020, I have attended many handover ceremonies of different projects that funded by the government of the People's Republic of China. Today is another happy moment for me to attend this handover ceremony of the Maurice Bishop International Airport upgrading project. This is another milestone of the friendship and cooperation result between the People's Republic of China and Grenada.
Prime Minister and Minister for Infrastructure, Civil Aviation and Transportation, Dickon Mitchell, lauded all stakeholders for their involvement in seeing this project come to fruition.
I want to place on record our appreciation to the government and people of China for financing this project through the Export-Import Bank of China. This was not an inexpensive project. The project is a $67.742 million US upgrade and rehabilitation project. And it tells us that major infrastructure, even in small island developing states, requires significant funding. And this was 100% funded through the Export-Import Bank of China. And so I place on record the government and people of Grenada's appreciation to the government and people of China through the Export-Import Bank for financing this project.
Following the ceremony, Her Excellency the Governor General Dame Cecile Lagrenade, Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell, Chinese Ambassador His Excellency Wei Hongtian, airport and other officials were given a grand tour of the completed airport project. Christina John, GBN News.
Yes, that's a very good piece there, Christina John from GBN, giving them the credit for that. Look, government is a continuum, meaning government will forever continue with or without you as a political party. So don't believe because you started something, the other party coming into government should not continue it. Remember, it's a loan. It's a loan. Taxpayers have to pay it back. So you shouldn't be upset that the NDC came into power and continued with the project, and now it's completed. And in fact, our beloved Prime Minister gave credit to the past administration, by stating that we inherited this project, but we were able to see it through, see it to completion. That is the level of maturity that this government has. But why should the NNP be angry, bitter, sour, and vexed? It troubles me, because this is our country, this is our home, and we have a duty, we have a responsibility to make sure that we enhance it, that we build it. But this is not the first time they became upset with good things happening or with some project that the NDC continued. But it says a lot about where they stand. They're unpatriotic. All they want is power. And really power to be revengeful. That is what they want, power to be revengeful. Malicious intent. But folks, we will continue. I want to give kudos to the Honorable Claudette Joseph. When I saw this piece with Tau complaining, crying, and groaning, I want to give you kudos.
The Grenada Technical and Allied Workers Union, GTAU, is expressing strong discontent with what is described as a blatant denial of workers' constitutional right to union representation by the Minister of Labour. TAU, following a formal request by the employees, applied to the Ministry of Labour to become the official bargaining agent for managerial staff at the Grenada Airport Authority, GAA. According to GTAU President Andrew Lewis, an anonymous poll was scheduled for May 19th to determine if the workers wished to be represented by the union. However, during a virtual meeting on May 14th involving GAA officials, union representatives, and the Labour Commissioner, concerns were raised by GAA regarding some employees' eligibility to participate in the poll. GTAU contested this and requested proof, to which the GAA subsequently requested time to investigate and provide a response before the scheduled poll. But instead, the union was met with a startling response from the Labour Commissioner on May 15th, effectively denying the application on the guidance of Minister for Labour, Claudette Joseph.
The correspondence from the Labour Commissioner that was copied to ourselves. So it was written to the General Manager of the airport. And I will just read for you.
Right, so
basically,
right, we don't need to hear him. But I want to applaud the Honorable Claudette Joseph for that decision. And by extension, the Labour Commissioner. Because you see, TAU over the years has demonstrated, and that's to me personally, that they believe they're in charge. They act as though they are the employers and not the bargaining agent. So they want to go on the airport now in terms of managing, in terms of the whole management of the airport. They want to be the bargaining agent of that. So they're choosing some very key places. The Ports Authority, then now they want to go on the airport. So I love what happened, right? I love that. You don't want them to be involved in the airport operations, not as any bargaining agent, not as anything. They come across as disruptors, in my belief. And you don't want that. We see what they would do when it comes to the port. Many a times around Christmas, the busy time, you hear about some strike or some whatever. Not the airport. Because they have always had a stranglehold on the country with the port and other things like that. But over time, that diminished because you have a government that cares about workers. So the Honorable Claudette Joseph, take a bow. You deserve it. You're doing a fantastic job. And I love this particular stance. You don't want them there. I love that. Right? That's not where they're supposed to be. Why they did not fight for SG workers that same way? Were they trying to fight to get into the airport and to be the bargaining agent for the management? Why they didn't fight for SG workers during COVID time the same way? Huh? Why? You see, they only could fight certain organizations or institutions and so on. They know, in other words, monkey knows what tree to climb. But I'm happy. I want to applaud you, the Honorable Claudette Joseph. Take a bow. You well deserve it. All right? Take a bow. I love that. Don't worry them. Don't worry Andrew Lewis and my good partner Xavier. Don't worry them. All right? Nice. I love that. When I saw that news last night, I felt good. I felt damn good. You don't want them involved in that. Because you see, the airport is our gateway to the world. The airport is the place where things happen for this country. Yes, the port is great. The port is good. The port is also important. But the airport is key. All right? And in fact, the port and the airport, in my view, should never be in the hands of TAU. Never. At no time. The port. So that was good. So Claudette, take a bow. Well deserved. Well deserved. All right? The Honorable Ron Redhead, his cruise is coming up on the 24th, 4 days from today. Yeah, his cruise is coming up.
MC St. George Northeast presents Brilliant Colors Night Cruise. Brilliant Colors Night Cruise. Aboard the Rum Runner 2 on Saturday, the 24th of May. Music by DJ Danny and Killer Sounds Sound System. Tickets is only $75. Food inclusive. Boarding time 7 p.m. so you can't be late. Just pure vibes and a solid bar awaits you. For more information, contact 407-3238 or 405-9710. The NDC St. George Northeast Brilliant Colors Night Cruise. You can't miss it.
Right, so don't forget that. It's this coming Saturday the 24th of May. Tickets $75. You can get that at the constituency branch office in Mongay there, close to Eddie Lawrence supermarket, or not supermarket, sorry, store. I think they sell quite a bit there too. So please support. You can pick up your tickets right there. All right. So again, if I had a number of somebody, I could, so a friend sent me the information, so maybe I think she's the one on the live. So you can contact her on 407-3238. 407-3238. You can contact her for tickets. 407-3238. Folks, I always tell you that our beloved Prime Minister cares about people and love people. You heard about the farmer who lost, someone stole his vehicle. All right. Hello? Hey?
I just want to give Clarice a thumbs up too, because you know what she to deny monkey from climbing. I want them to go by another workers and represent them. No union even they can match by it, because another one nearly a drama and bacchanal in the place.
All right.
So thumbs up to Clarice.
All right. One love.
Okay, my boy.
Yes. So just saying that I told you that our beloved Prime Minister, he cares about people and he's genuine. I saw a piece on GBN last night, and you know about the farmer whose vehicle was stolen and all his produce dumped somewhere in the Grandlands area or the South End, and eventually found the vehicle, or the police found the vehicle. So there was this piece on GBN, and he said the following.
Over the weekend, Telesford also received a personal visit from Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell, who offered words of encouragement and support following the ordeal. The farmer expressed heartfelt thanks to everyone who extended kind words and kept a watchful eye out for the vehicle.
He was, and that was excellent. That was excellent indeed. He came on by me maybe about after 8 the night. And he said from the time he leaves town coming up, he said he could never pass up there and don't pass by me. And he come there, he spend a nice time with me. He spent maybe about an hour, we were chatting, and he showed his from our concern, and he told me he will work on that. I appreciate that fully. All the thanks.
Yeah, so folks, this is again another example of a leader who cares about people. You heard this gentleman. He said the Prime Minister of the state of Grenada visited him around 8 p.m. and he stayed there for about an hour with this gentleman. I will replay it because it's important for you to hear.
Over the weekend, Telesford also received a personal visit from Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell, who offered words of encouragement and support following the ordeal. The farmer expressed heartfelt thanks to everyone who extended kind words and kept a watchful eye out for the vehicle.
He was, and that was excellent. That was excellent indeed. He came on by me maybe about after 8 the night. And he said from the time he leaves town coming up, he said he could never pass up there and don't pass by me. And he come there, he spend a nice time with me. He spent maybe about an hour, we were chatting, and He show his from our concern and tell me he will work on it. He will
Right. So
work on it. I
this,
appreciate
this is important. This is important. And that is what some people don't get. The most honorable Deacon Mitchell, he cares about people genuinely, sincerely. He's authentic. He's real. At 8 in the PM, he made because he was doing something down in St. David and some other end in St. Andrew. But he make sure he pass and check out the farmer who's in distress after his vehicle was stolen and his produce dumped somewhere in the south. This is what is important. This is important, folks. Because as a human being, when you hear of those stories, you feel good that we have a comforter in chief. We have a person who occupies the office of Prime Minister, but also who is human enough to care and to love and to assist those in need. The NNP normally would get angry, bitter, and vexed about these things. They don't like to hear these things. Because you see, the man who got blackout, he was not that type of person. He was never that kind of person. Never. So again, I want to applaud our beloved Prime Minister, the most honorable Deacon Mitchell. Because these little things count. They go a long way. They go a very long way. And listening to the news, I red flagged that early up. Just that little statement there by the farmer. Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, how we trying to get on the airport so they could stop our people from coming to New York to vote down here. That's what they're trying to do, but that ain't gonna work.
What is it? Am I in your property? I don't understand you, What you said?
I said Tau.
Oh, Tau?
Yeah, they're trying to get on the airport, the union guy.
Well, I don't know that. I don't know that. But at the end of the day, it's they want to be the bargaining agent for airport management. Yeah, and that didn't come true. No, I can't see that. All right? I can't see that, brother. All right, plenty love. All right. Yeah, I can't see that. They're trying to come and stop something from voting. I can't see that. All right? Tau trying to get to be the bargaining agent for the airport, and they were denied, and that's a good thing. All right? Because I see them, in my belief, as disruptors many a times. Not all the times, but many a times. Based on all the strike there and strike there and strike there. All right. So I'm saying it's a good thing, a very good thing, when you have a prime minister who cares about people, who don't look down on people. I saw a photo with our prime minister when he went in Cow Hill. And these little things count a lot. I saw it on Facebook. I just didn't save it. All right? I just didn't save that photo. But that photo says a lot about the man. All right? Says a lot about him. Says a lot about him. I was just looking for it. Right? It says a lot about him, that photo. That I saw that photo. Somebody captured it. It's just, I was looking for the photo itself. Right? I don't know what angle it was, but somebody posted that photo with him when he went in that lady's house. He didn't go with his shoes. He removed his shoes And that was good. Because, you go to people's home, and not because you're at a level in authority, you just walk in with your shoes. He removed his shoes and he sat with her. I saw the photo somewhere. I can't remember who had it up. Can't remember who had it up. Right? Just can't remember who had it up. I saw it somewhere. Somebody had that photo up. Somebody had that photo up. Somebody had it up. Right. Don't play with technology, Don't play with technology, boy. I get the thing so easy. Like 1, 2, 3. It's not even funny. it's so easy. I got the photo. All right. So let me upload it. 1 minute. All right, 1 minute. It's important to highlight those things. Yeah. Boy, thank God for Deacon Mitchell, yes. You're God sent. Right? So that's, let me just take. Right. Let me get it. Right. So that's the photo here. Save that one here. All right, nice. Yeah, technology, you have to be able to use it. Right. So that photo was uploaded. Right? Let me just put it up. And it says a lot about the most honorable Deacon Mitchell. Because he could have decided to just walk in the ladies' place with his shoes on. But remember, you're walking in an area without concrete road or asphalt road. So, mud, bush, that kind of thing. But what he did, so that was him with his shoes. He has a nice white shoes there. I want to believe it's a Puma or a Nike or a Adidas, It could be an Adidas. But anyways, so he removed his shoes. Look at him. Look at the Prime Minister. This is our Prime Minister, This is our beloved Prime Minister. He removed his shoes to speak to this elderly lady, right? He could have gone there with his shoes and nobody would make a issue about it. But he removed his shoes. I mean, look, this is humbling. This is a simple act of nobility, humility, decency, respect. Because there are some people, they just walk in your home, Yeah. But here you have our beloved Prime Minister removing his shoes and sitting there with this lady. This photo says a lot. And I'm in this thing almost, 11 years and a couple days, all right? And this, to me, is the greatest example of humility, of nobility, of respect for one's home. This is our Prime Minister. Look at him. He removed his shoes. What more you want to see? As a Grenadian, you must feel good. And you speak to homeowners, speak to women in particular. Yeah. Just speak to women. And they will tell you, they tend for the home and they clean and they make sure. Speak to them. Even if he's in the veranda. Look at him. Different. Totally different. I want to applaud you. You are brought up well. Your mother, your father, your sisters, your aunts, you were brought up well. And thank you for your service. It's humbling. It's humbling. Folks, I want to wish you all the best. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget, I will be in New York next week. The event is next week, Saturday, in New York. All right, don't forget that. Next week, Saturday, in New York. That's the 31st of May. Don't forget that. It's a good opportunity. The Honorable, almost say the Honorable Tevin Andrews will be there, because I remember, I think last year, Honorable Tevin Andrews was actually there, and I was there with him and the others in New York. So the Honorable Ron Redhead will be there. The Honorable Ian Thomas, big up your whole self, boy. You'll be there. And your humble servant, Kem Jones, will be there at that event, 618 East 87th Street, the backyard. All right. It's an event to celebrate 3 years. It's an event to celebrate 11 years of Kem Jones being on radio and social media, fighting the good fight. And also all proceeds from this event goes towards the studio and radio station construction, all right, to build that. So again, I want to applaud you. Anything we make will go towards that. And you can donate, you can give, even if you're not able to come, you can donate something, you can send something towards that event, all right? So we have tickets. You can holler at Tweet, my good partner, Tweet, The Real Mitch, Norma Joseph, Pam, good friend Pam. Pam wants to say, girl, you good. You can holler at my auntie also, Catherine Peters. You can holler at, what again I'm missing out? Right. Yes, but quite a number of people selling tickets or have tickets. So Glenroy Bettel, a good pal, you can holler at them. They have tickets, all right? And if you send me a message on WhatsApp, I'll send you the number and you can contact them for tickets because remember, it's next week. So once this week passes, next week, and I will be in New York way before the event, all right? I will be in New York way before the event, very early next week. I will be in New York, very, very, very early next week. I will be in New York. All right. So looking forward to seeing you, meeting you, and if you have an event and so on, you want to have us pass by, or you want to organize an event to raise some funds towards the same studio and radio, please organize it and let me know. All right, that would be nice. I would love to visit you. If you have to donate anything, you can link me up, call at me, and that would be great. All right. So, folks, take good care. Peace and love. If you need tickets, send me a message me, and that can be organized. All right. Just WhatsApp me, send you the number, and you're going to get the tickets because we have physical tickets in New York. All right. Nice. And even if you can't make it and you want to give a donation, you can. I'll just give you the number, the information, Western Union, MoneyGram, or the Zelle. You could sell the money, towards that. Take good care. Have a wonderful